Hey guys, Joe Schmoe here, and today I'm going to introduce you to another metaverse. This is the SANDBOX. A lot of you might have heard of this one. This is another popular metaverse. They use the SAND token, S-A-N-D, as opposed to, say, Decentraland's mana token. And here on their website, you can see these images. They have a different art style where you see everything's made up with these three-dimensional pixels called voxels. So they kind of look like Minecraft characters. And I know they're very focused on creating these worlds and creating games. So let me show you. We're at the home screen of the website. If you go to create, because this is what I want to show you. I'm not going to show you inside the world. Actually, I've never been in it, but I want to show you what I've been dabbling in with this this particular metaverse. So if you go to create, it shows that you can download the game maker, so you can make a game. And I haven't even done that yet, because really where I started was, you can see we're on game maker here. If you go to Voxedit, Voxedit is a software that you make these creations. You make these 3D models, and you can download Voxedit. And that's what I've done, and I've been dabbling in it, and I want to show you some of the things that I came up with. Okay, so when you open up Voxedit, it looks like this, and we're on the news. And then there's the HODLer, where you can make models, and you can see I made a few. I made a basket, a present, another present, an Easter egg. And these are just the recent files. I actually made a lot more, and I can open them up here, and I can show you different ones. But I'm actually going to go here to the animator, because you can animate what you make as well. And it's not as hard as you may think. And let's see. One of the first things I made was the Snowman. I forget whether I made the Snowman first or Twinklies, but I'll show you Snowman first. So you can see on the side here all the parts that I made, and they're all made with these voxels. You can zoom in here. And this isn't really a tutorial on showing you how to do anything, because that'd be kind of boring. I just want to show you what this is, so if you're interested, you can go find those boring things and actually learn how to do this more so. But you can put all these pieces together and rig a character, or whatever they call it. So you see how there's like a skeleton, and you have all the organized nodes on this side to make that. And then you can move these pieces, and down here is the animation information. So when I hit play, I know some of it's covered by my face. But when I hit play here, this is the animation that I made for the Snowman. So he just gives you a tip of his hat, and then that's it. And then it repeats, it loops, gives a tip of his hat, and there you go. So playing around with this, you know, this was like this was either the first or second thing that I really animated by myself from scratch without editing a template. And also making the Snowman, I pretty much made it from scratch. So let's look at, this one was fun. So I don't know if you recognize this. I don't know, well, I don't know how well I did in reproducing it, or how much a fan you are. But this is clearly a Christmas present, okay? And I'm going to show you the animation, and you know what? I'm not even going to say what it's from. I want someone to put in the comments what they think this is from, and I'll tell you if you're right. So let's play the animation. This one I animated from scratch too, and I built from scratch. I just came in my head. I'm like, oh, that'd be a good idea. It's a lot of boxes and stuff. It should be not too hard to do. So here we go. Box opens. The light bulb looks around. They all kind of do something. I was just practicing the animation features. And then it loops, so it shuts at the end, and then that's the end, and then it loops, so you see it open again pretty much everything's reset. We'll just watch it this one last time. And it shuts. And that's that one. Okay, then I believe it was this rocket one I made next. So this one I decided I wanted to go big, 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 big. So I made this big rocket, and I actually made it in layers from the bottom, worked my way up without doing this, without doing the fins, without doing the steps, without even doing this door. It was actually solid, because you'll see in a minute it's actually hollow, without any window. So let me show you the animation, because there is an animation on this one too. There you go, the door opens, and the spaceman, which is another character that I made, I just took an avatar template and edited it to make a character. He waves. And I'm going to pause it right here. And you can see, so I made this thing solid, and then what I did was I kind of made an outline of a door that would have been right size for this guy, for the most part. If it were real life, he can get in there. And I started carving it out, which was kind of fun. You know, you can do additive building of these like sculptured models, or you can take away from blocks, whatever you prefer. So I made like a hatch on the bottom here. I made lights on the inside of the door, because you can make these pixels glow, which is cool, just like with this mask here. And then if I tilt it this way, let's see. You can actually see, I actually made it hollow going up there, further into the rocket, even though you can't go there, really see there, but I was just really having fun carving this thing out. And it actually goes all the way up to behind this, because at first I left it open. Behind this window is actually more hollowed out spacecraft. And actually I might be able to, yeah, see? So this gray here, that goes towards the window, so it actually all connects. And then, so yeah, once I carved that out, then I ended up making the door since it was carved out, and then I put that on a hinge to make it open. And the steps I did after the fact of making the rocket, the fins I did after the fact. It came out pretty good. Like I said, I wanted to go big, so it was a really big model that I did. Lots of voxels involved. Let's see another one. So do that one, that one. I'm trying to do them in order that I did them, so you can see the progression of how I was learning and making them a little bit more complex. This one was pretty good. I like this one. Okay. This is probably a good angle to watch it at, and here we go. We'll watch it one more time after when it loops. Okay, now it's looping. So it starts out, the mom is rocking the baby while reading. She gets into reading her book and stops rocking the baby. The baby wakes up, starts moving around. The mom looks and sees, and she starts rocking the baby again. And the baby goes back to sleep, and she goes back to her book. And there's dollar signs on the book. I wonder what she's reading. How to Get Rich, perhaps? Let's see if we can... There. Well, would you look at that? How do you get rich? You hodl. Hodl, hodl, hodl. So that one was fun. I like that one. Built the baby and crib and book from scratch. The female, the mom, I edited an avatar again, and then I did the animation. So it was another one that I learned a lot about animation in this one. So that was fun. Let's see another one. All right, so, okay, so this one took me a long time to do. So this is the most elaborate one I'd say I did. So I made a vulture. Okay, the vulture was from scratch. So I had to make all the body parts that I thought it should have and rig them properly and everything. The zebra, there is a template of a person on a horse. It's called like the mounted avatar or something like that. And what I did was I removed the person and the saddle and whatever was there. And I turned the horse into a zebra. It's practically the same thing, you just got to color it in differently. And also I like to make it less blocky. I kind of like rounded edges and stuff. And I mean, and there are some traits on a zebra that are different than a horse. So I tried to make it look more zebra. And then with the vultures, of course, I was able to duplicate them. I don't have to make them all over again. But I did have to animate them all. And this is probably a good angle, and I will show you the animation that I made. And it's not perfect, but I still like the way it came out. So that's it. It's only 3 seconds long, and it just loops. So, I mean, every time I've watched like Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, whenever there was vultures eating a carcass, they're always like fighting each other, or you always see like two fighting each other and like opening their wings to be big and like scare the other one away. So I have two of them doing that while one's just eating away undisturbed, because I guess he's the alpha vulture. And it just loops and loops. He eats away while they just argue and argue and argue. So that's the best one I've made so far. And so the last thing that I was working on was I was trying to make a room. So you can see here I made a Pepe, and he's not even done. I kind of threw him together real quick. And I have him in this room, which is a vault. So I was practicing with making walls, and you know, this is a door. And then I put a shelf, and I was going to put treasures and stuff on the shelf and put more shelves and stuff. This I kind of just started. And then there's a Pepe in there for a number of reasons. I'll probably make him a character in this somehow, like work him in. Especially because I kind of made him like, I wanted to make him kind of look like a banker or something. Maybe this is like the vault you go into and he assists you as a banker or whatever you would even call it. For, I don't know, what do people do that have vaults like this at establishments? I don't know. But I put them in there also because I just wanted to get an idea of the height. Like, okay, where should this shelf be? And then this shelf, what makes sense? You know, if I put the shelf starting down here and I don't know the right heights, that'd be too low. If I started the first shelf here, that'd be way too high. So I put them in there for a better idea of scaling. I know what the wall heights and door heights and stuff need to be, so I knew that, but I need to see when I put smaller things in here what makes sense to the standard size avatar. No animations yet other than the door opening, but that's not very interesting. I made some others, but these are the ones that I kind of brought up to my recent files to share with you guys. I'm just having fun doing the artwork here. I'm probably not going to make a game in SANDBOX, and if I do, it'll be a project down the line because I do lots of things that I'm interested in. But I was really interested in building with pixels because if you've seen some of my older videos, you know I like to use Microsoft Paint and draw pixelated art. And actually I've done that because I've made some Game Maker video games that are two-dimensional and even three-dimensional ones. Maybe those will be videos too, but they're not really crypto related. Well, except for one. I did make one crypto related, so maybe another video. But yeah, I like pixelated things. I was like, oh, let me try drawing with pixels, but 3 dimensions. And I think I picked up on it pretty good. I made some cool stuff. I like what I've got here, and it was fun to make, and I plan on making more, just playing around and making cool stuff. So hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys next time.